Joe Biden has never been a big arena speaker. He's never been the most fluid speaker. And by the way, as someone who had a stutter growing up, it's very obvious to me that there's an apostrophe at the end of supporters there. He was referring to the garbage spewed by supporters, not simply the supporters themselves. But Joe Biden has been on the campaign trail. He's best getting ice cream in Maryland like he was today. He's best showing moments of empathy in Arizona like he was last week. He's best with union folks.
That's a state-run media puppet on CNN desperately trying to run interference for Democrats and tell American voters that Joe Biden calling half of the country garbage was due to his stutter. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and unless you've been living under a rock for the past few days, you're already well aware that Joe Biden undercut all of the manufactured outrage over Trump's roast comedian by calling all of his supporters garbage. Here's CNN pretending to be objective by having their hosts acknowledge that it damaged the Harris campaign, while one of their liberal panelists plays controlled opposition and runs interference for Democrats.
Tonight, there's new reporting about Joe Biden and a moment that explains why things are the way that they are. Sources tell CNN that the president is in do no harm mode, stapling himself to the bench at the direction of the Harris campaign. Well, even from the White House, he may have done some pretty significant harm in the final week of the campaign. Just listen to this, and you be the judge.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American. It's totally contrary to everything we've done, everything we've been.
Joining us now, Franklin Leonard. He is in our fifth seat. He's the founder and CEO of The Blacklist. That was a moment, and not a moment that the Harris campaign wanted. I want to just read. This is Biden on X trying to clarify all of this. He says, earlier today, I referenced to the hateful rhetoric about Puerto Rico spewed by Trump's supporters at his Madison Square Garden rally as garbage, which is the only word I can think of to describe it. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable. That's all I meant to say.
Funny how all of this came from a social media account, which are notorious for being run by staffers. I mean, apparently Biden didn't think this was important enough to hold a press conference or do a quick video call from his basement or address the country from his infamous fake Oval Office set. I mean, after all, he is being accused of insulting half of America. Shouldn't that warrant a bit more than a tweet? You know, if I didn't know any better, it almost makes me think that Trump was right and Biden actually hates Kamala Harris and is attempting to sabotage her campaign. But that would be totally crazy, right?
Say though, Bakari, he was in his house, the White House. He was in his house doing this, and the reporting is that there are places that he can be useful, but he's not everywhere like you might expect a sitting president to be for his vice president.
I don't know that I would expect this president to be everywhere in this moment. I mean, look, a critical element, any coach will tell you, any CEO will tell you, a critical element of running a team and winning is assessing the strengths and weaknesses of your team members and making sure you allocate them in the right way. You use people where they are best. You put Obama in a big arena, you put Michelle in a big arena, and you put Joe Biden in front of a bunch of union people doing retail politics.
You could make the argument that they would be fine if Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near a microphone between now and next Tuesday.
Let me just accept the most charitable framing of this, which you just gave.
Yeah.
Why is he sitting in front of a laptop at the exact same moment Kamala Harris is out on his backyard trying to give the closing argument to her campaign? What in the world is he doing? Now, I don't accept your framing of it personally because I actually do believe he, Harris, the Democratic Party, and most of their campaign do believe that half the country is garbage. They've also said people who go to Trump rallies are Nazis. And so it's pretty apparent the disdain with which they hold half of the country in.
It's not true. We've already litigated it in Kamala's speech tonight.
But as a tactical matter today,
no, but you don't just get to say
why in the world is Joe Biden giving remarks at the same time
I
as
can
Kamala
answer that.
Harris.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Once again, Scott Jennings is absolutely right, and frankly, he's a bigger person than I am for not ridiculing that guy more for claiming that Biden's insult was due to his stutter. Because honestly, that's some pretty weak sauce, even for a propaganda outlet like CNN. And I honestly don't know how much longer we can maintain this level of gaslighting from our supposedly objective major news networks. It's reaching idiocracy levels of laziness and stupidity at this point. But let me know what you think. Is Biden purposely trying to sabotage the Harris campaign as revenge for being pushed out? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!